Yeah, because so I'm able to answer a math problem a lot quicker in my head than somebody that's doing core math. Reason being is because I've done regular math. So I'll use addition and subtraction at the same time, right? So let's say I didn't know immediately what 10 plus 8 was, right? My mind instantly goes 10 plus 10 is 20 minus 218. Now, what they would have my son do is what? Break down every single number, right? I don't know it. I watched how to do it, and all I got, I instantly became so fucking confused, and I had to stop watching it. I'm like, I have no clue what the fuck's going on here right now. I said, they just broke that number down into 7 different problems. But you know why? But you know why? You know why? This is exactly why. Because then you're not thinking about anything else, man. Why do you think half the shit you're going to learn in school is unnecessary, right? This is why I say this. This is another way we would change the world, right? We would change the shit out of the world. We would have a higher success rate. We would have more successful people and an earlier retirement rate by doing one thing and one thing only. You ready? Ready for what it is? You eliminate high school. Ready? And this is why. Okay, by 8th grade, for one, most times when you're in 8th grade, they keep preaching about what do you want to do in your future, what do you want to do, what do you want to do in your future. So we change 8th grade now, right? We restructure it, right? So, I'm sorry, 6th, 7th, and 8th get restructured. 8th gets restructured the most, right? So, we start seeing what these individuals want to do, right? We start seeing what career paths they want to take, right? We're not forcing them to make decisions. We're not doing anything or influencing. We're not, making them take this test that says where they land, right? Because that doesn't necessarily mean that's where they fall, right? Just because they can't do that doesn't mean they can't do it, right? So Timmy wants to be an astronaut, right? So we start showing Timmy everything about being an astronaut in 6th grade, right? You know why we start doing that? Because we want to make sure by 7th grade he still wants to do the same thing, right? Continues on that path, still wants to do it. He's finding everything out about it, right? 8th grade, Timmy, you still want to do it? Yeah. Oh yeah, man, I fucking do it. I'm learning so much about it, right? Yada yada yada. Okay, Timmy, here you go. Now you're going to college for straight astronaut shit, right? Now Timmy goes to college for the astronaut shit, straight out of 8th grade. What happens? He gets a job a lot earlier, right? What happens? He retires a lot sooner, and he's successful, right? Okay, little Barbie over here, she wants to just cut people's hair. Okay, well, you don't want to do that much. It's high hopes for you. Everybody needs haircuts and shit like that. Let's make you a stylist. Let's make sure we get you a backup plan, right? So that way, you can do your own shit. I want to run my own business. Oh, so you want to run your own business and cut hair. So see, there's more to that, So now we got to teach you how to run a business. You know what I'm saying? You see? You develop them, right? But no, what do? We feed them a bunch of useless knowledge, right? I ain't gonna lie to you. When I walked into fucking whatever grade it was and they tried to tell me to do algebra, I said, hey, miss. She said, yeah. I said, why do you got letters with numbers? She said, can you just pay attention? And I said, no, I'm paying attention. I said, but I just want to understand here. I said, you want me to find out what X is or whatever? She goes, can you pay attention? And I said, why don't you have an equal sign? I said, because you're just confusing the shit out of people. I said, you're making no sense. I said, why do you got to use you can use anything. She goes, well, you got to leave. And I said, okay, that's cool. So I got kicked out of that class, and just for trying to figure shit out. I was kicked out of science class, and they kept trying to say, what do you want to learn? And I said, well, in all honesty, I want to get into politics where we can, make differences in the world, or some type of law. That's what I want to do. Well, you'll have time for that in college. I said, okay, cool. Then I went to high school. Realized I was learning the same bullshit. What did I do? I did absolutely nothing. Kevin, don't you want to learn? I said, yeah, I want to learn the shit that I need to know. Well, you need to know this. You're going to use it all the time. I said, okay, I don't believe so, but that's fine with you guys. Make me try to believe whatever you want me to believe. But my mind has always been, since legitimately, probably 4th grade is when it all started. I started to think. I started to ask them why I was bringing home homework and why I wasn't able to have time with my family and do that, right? And nobody liked it. And I was in excelled classes. Like, I literally went to these after-school programs. I was in, like, all this excelled shit. And I completely gave up. I was like, I'm not going to do this shit. It's pointless. And it got me nowhere. And I ended up dropping out of high school for this reason. I went to an alternative school because of my behavior at home was off the wall. Because instead of my mom trying to be a mother, she said, you're going to the hospital. She'd call an ambulance and I'd go to the fucking hospital and I'd spend a week there. It would happen continuously. Then when I'm in these psych wards, right, that you're supposed to get help. So I go there, and these people legitimately have problems, bro. Like, legit ass problems. And it's fucking crazy. So nobody in there's helping these kids. So I got really confused. I'm like, what's the point of all this? They would tell me what it was doing, and I'm like, but no. I said, this person's like, thinks he's Rosie O'Donnell. And this is a perfect example of how I made a difference. So he was Rosie O'Donnell, he was Martha Stewart, and it was one other person, right? He was this young black kid. He's talking to me, talking about Rosie O'Donnell and like making up all these scenarios in his head. I said, listen here, motherfucker. I said, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, he just kept rambling. And I said, all right, let's talk, dude. Let's fucking talk, dude. So we sat down and we started talking. And I was like, why are you these people, dude? And he just kept trying to ramble past me. And I said, no, stop. I said, stop. And then that's when he was Martha Stewart at the time. And I said, okay, Martha Stewart, listen. I said, you're not fucking Martha Stewart. Where are you getting this shit from? I said, you're fucking, I forgot what his name was. And I said, you're just fucking losing your mind, dude. And why? And he rambled a little bit more, and then he stopped talking. And I was like, okay, you finally stopped. Perfect. Told him his name again, and I said, dude, you gotta fucking understand here, dude. I said, these people think you're fucking batshit fucking crazy and you've lost your fucking mind, dude. I said, I think completely fucking differently. I said, I think you know you're not these fucking people, and you're fucking doing this shit because you don't know how else to fucking live with your fucking goddamn life or understand what's going fucking on. And I was like, you got parents, man? And he looked at me kind of a little awkward, and he's like, I got my mom. My dad was never there, you know? And I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And he's like, no, I know. And he's like, do you smoke cigarettes? Because I smoke cigarettes. So now he's talking to me on a level, right? And I'm like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. I said, but I don't think you should be smoking them. Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. And I'm like, okay, so why the fuck are you Martha Stewart? Well, I watch her on the TV a lot, and I like to just joke around, you know, and I like to just become other people. It's fun, you know. And I'm like, so Rosie O'Donnell, he's like, it's a really good show. So when I'm with people, I make them all into characters in my head, and then that way I don't have to like freak out about being around them, you know. So it's Rosie. I'm Rosie. And I was like, all right, so you understand what the fuck's going on here? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I just want to leave though. What's your name? Can I have your phone number so when I get out of here we can talk? And I tried giving him my information. Next day we woke up, and this guy didn't have any outbursts. Came and found me, sat down. He's like, how's your day, Kevin? What are you going to do today? And I'm like, not much, you know, just, you know, hang out and stuff like that, you know, do what the fuck we do every day, you know. I'm like, you getting any help in here? He's like, no. He's like, I just really want to go home, but I don't even like being at home because I'm just by myself all the time. And I was like, so you're just in your own head? He's like, yeah. And he's like, that's why that's why I'm Rosie, you know, because then I got my family, and you know. And that afternoon, 3 of the counselors came up to me and they said, okay, Kevin, as of now you're not allowed to have any contact with him, and your mom will be picking you up within the next hour. And I said, you guys fucking kidding me? And they're like, yeah, no, this is what the doctor's orders are, so you're gonna have to go. So, in a nutshell, I got this kid to stop fucking losing his fucking goddamn mind because I talked to him on a real fucking level, and they had to put a stop to it abruptly, and I had to go. Fucked up, right? last one I was in this is the best one. So I'm in this one, and I was losing my mind from the drugs and shit like that, so I needed to go somewhere, so I checked myself in. So I get in. Now, 2 nights in, there's this girl. And me and her were talking a little bit and shit. Like, I didn't know much about her. She wasn't, like, giving me much information. So she's laying in her bed, and she starts shaking and falls out of the bed. So we call these motherfuckers to come help. So now there's another kid across the hall. And they can't figure out what's wrong. And I said, it's probably the fucking meds you guys have her on. I said, that's probably what... Can you stop? And I'm like, I'll shut up. I said, I'm no doctor. I'm nobody, but, you know, I said, she did tell me she was just put on new medication the other day. I don't know. I said, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together here. I said, how do you feel, Tom? He's like, you're probably fucking right, dude. So, instead of them taking her down to the hospital to get checked, get vitals, all that, they left her on the ground, put her on her side, and you can hear her mumbling, you know, like, hey, and that makes she don't swallow her tongue if that maybe happens or something like that. And I'm like, dude, you're about to get fucked up by me and this other guy. We're going to need you guys to go to sleep. I said, you want me to go to sleep? I said, who's monitoring her? I said, because I stay up half the night, and I see somebody walk down this hall once, and he's like, the guy across the hall is like, I ain't going to sleep. I said, all right, I'll stay up with you. So we stayed up the whole night. She had one more seizure. We didn't call anybody this time. We went into the room, and we just kind of like told her everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And like, she ended up fine. Another kid entered the fucking facility, and this guy had cuts all over his fucking arm, dude. Disgustingly. Like, deep fucking cuts all over his arm. So, I've talked to him briefly. So, we went through like 3 days, and we're doing our groups, right? Finally, I lost it. I jumped up, and I said, okay. I said, what the fuck's the point of this shit? I said, we've been fucking sitting in here doing stupid-ass fucking goddamn packets. I asked the 2 people that were completely suicidal. I said, how many times have you guys seen a fucking counselor one-on-one since you guys have fucking been here? And they were like, not once. I said, okay. I said, so when are we stopping the fucking nonsense here? And they're like, can you please sit down? You see how aggressive you are? I said, no, I'm fucking done. That's what the fuck I am. I said, because I've been here almost going on 2 weeks now, and I haven't seen anybody fucking help anybody. I said, so what's the point of this whole fucking program? Then one of the doctors came to talk to me. I calmed down. I was breaking things down to him. And he's like, you know, we really can't be here all the time. He's like, but they're supposed to be doing a lot more than what they're doing. And I said, yeah, well, the guy that cuts his fucking arms every fucking goddamn day, I said, who the fuck has he seen? And guess whose patient it was? The doctor I was fucking talking to. I said, so you're a fucking piece of shit. I said, no wonder why nobody gets fucking help when they come to these fucking places. I said, when can I sign these fucking release forms and fucking leave? And I'm packing up to leave. The one girl comes up to me. She's like, are you really going? Are you really going? And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I can stay 2 more days. I said, but I got to fucking go. And the one dude, I ended up staying an extra day and a half because the next day was family visits. So I was trying to talk to the parents of that kid and the other girl. They weren't allowing me to. The people there. And the kid finally told his mom, like, what's been going on, you know, and, like, how I've been. And she wasn't sure what to believe, right? Because I'm a guy in a nut house. You know what I mean? Like, and they're making me look crazy as shit because I'm trying to talk to the parents, right? So they just keep trying to make me look like I'm nuts, the people that work there. So finally the dad was like, there's got to be some truth behind this. So the dad came over to my table because I didn't have any visitors. And they're like, what are you doing, sir? He's like, you're going to leave me alone. He's like, I'm allowed to talk to him. Am I not allowed to talk to him? They're like, well, we suggest that you don't. And they started giving out these reasons. And he said, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So he sat down next to me and he's like, so what do you know? I said, I know your son's a great kid. Your son doesn't want to be doing what he's doing, but he's not getting the help that he needs here. He's like, so what do you suggest I do? I said, I suggest you pay more attention to your son, you talk to him, and you figure out what's going on in his life. I said, because you probably don't know shit about him, do you? He's like, well, no, I do. And I said, you think you do? I said, you know what he tells you. I said, do you know who he fucking is? I said, because you don't. I said, because half the parents that I've ever met don't know who their fucking kids are. I said, I don't even know who I am. I said, your son doesn't even know who he is. I said, but I can guarantee you, you're not the parent you think you are. And the dude was like, thank you. And he got up, walked away from me, gave his son this big hug and shit like that. And like, I don't know what they said or what they talked about, but all I know is the kid came up to me after the fucking shit, and he's like, you know, you are unbelievable. And I was like, it's not me, man. I was like, it just comes out when it needs to come out. I said, it's not me. I said, all I know is, at the end of the day, hopefully things change and it becomes a different pattern. I said, but patterns also don't last too long. So I said, what I need you to do from here on out is, if you think about fucking cutting your goddamn self, fucking break something, dude. I said, I don't give a fuck what it is. I said, break your dad's fucking television. I said, it's materialistic, dude. I said, but your life is not. And I just hope to God today that that kid's still alive. And then the other girl was going off to some like family program and shit like that, and I felt really bad for her because she's just thrown around. But like, these places never fucking help anybody, man. They fucking don't. It's fucked up. Well, yeah, because all that stopped, I think, after Nixon, because that's when they started to actually get rid of psych wards. But psych wards were actually really fucked up places anyways. Like, really fucked up places. Not because of the patients, but because of the people. Like, I love autistic people. I love people with Down syndrome. Like, I mean, like, they're fucking intelligent. You just got to know how to talk to them and how to work with these people. Like, and a lot of people don't. I was in an after-school program in my alternative school, and we were helping teach the kids with issues. And once I found out that they treated those kids the same way they treated us. So, for example, if I got 3 strikes on a chart that I had, I would have to go to timeout. You sit in a little box and you got to think about what you did. If you went off the wire, you would get restrained, right? So while I was there, and once I found out I can get restrained, I called staff on myself so I can get restrained. It was the funnest shit ever. I loved every fucking second of it. It was fucking great. But then, when I worked at that after-school program, and I seen a kid that had Tourette's, I watched this kid, dude. I watched him. He tried so hard to restrain each outburst from coming out, right? So he did one outburst, and they told him if they do it again, he's going to get a fine. So I'm watching the kid. And he starts pacing back and forth, and he's walking, and he's starting to twitch, you know what I mean? And he's trying not to say anything because he doesn't want to get in trouble again, which is fucked up. So he's trying, and then finally he outbursts again. And they said, what did we tell you? And I'm waiting for that third fucking outburst, dude. Because if they're going to do what the fuck they do to us, shit's going to hit the fan. So that next outburst came almost immediately because now this kid's like frightened and shit, right? So he fucking outbursts.